Nicolai Fechin was born in 1881 in Kazan, Russia. He was a painter, specifically known for his portraits and works that involved Native Americans. As a child, he learned carving from his dad, whom was a wood carver and gilder. By the time he was 11, he would draw designs for his dad's usage in constructing altars. Between 1895 and 1900, he studied in the art school of Kazan, a branch of the Imperial Academy of Arts in the capital of St. Petersburg, where he went on for further studies after his completion in Kazan. He was an excellent student and ended up winning the Prix de Rome, a 6-year traveling scholarship. He exhibited his work at the Carnegie Institute in Pittsburgh and won a gold medal at the International Exhibition in Munich. After he finished traveling, he came back and taught in the art school of Kazan. Fechin's technique and approach allowed his portraits to be masterful. He was exceptional with a palette knife and had the perfect color usage. Fechin used anything he had around him, even his hands, to have the finished result be what he imagined. Fechin once said, "The more consummate his technique, the easier the artist will find it to free himself from all dependence upon a subject. What he uses to fill his canvas with is not so vital. What is vital is how he does it." It is sad if an artist becomes a slave to the object he seeks to portray. The portrayed object must serve as nothing more than an excuse to fill a canvas. Only when the subject passes through the filter of his creative faculty does his work acquire value for an artist. Fechin's portraits are all full of nervous lines with a bit of wildness that grasps the audience's attention onto the facial features of the portrait. Many rich and famous people were attracted to his works. Even some celebrities, like Willa Cather, chose to have him paint their portraits. Fechin was also one of the founders of the Commune of Artists. From 1912 to 1922, he exhibited with the Itinerants and designed sets and other theater works. It was during this time in 1913 where he married Alexandra Belkovich. She was the daughter of the director at the Kazan School of Art where he worked. They had a daughter together the following year. Because of hard times during the Bolshevik Revolution, Fechin decided to come to the United States in 1923 with his wife and daughter. They originally went to New York, but were not there for very long. Since he was a young boy, Fechin was very fascinated with the forests and people in his homeland by the Tatar border. In 1927, Fechin developed tuberculosis while in New York, and then traveled west to Taos, New Mexico with his family. Here, he was an absolute joy regarding his surroundings and the subject matter he was able to work with. He was able to paint portraits of the native people through bright colors. This is where he created some of his greatest works of the Native Americans. An author named Frank Waters once wrote about Fechin's paintings. He said, "How they shout and sing. No man has this intensity of color. Few can equal his masterful draftsmanship. Whatever his subject, Fechin's work is stamped with his immediately recognizable style." He developed a love for Taos and decided to stay there and buy and renovate a home, which is now used for the Taos Art Museum. He carved doors and furniture and created triptych windows for use in the house. He stopped working on the house when him and his wife went through a messy divorce in 1933. Alexandra stayed at the house until her death in 1983. Fechin, however, spent this time traveling, and eventually he died in 1955 at the age of 73 in Santa Monica, California.